Hello, everybody, and welcome to Positive Fandom. I am your host, RM, and tonight we have with us Lorena Creole. Lorena, how are you tonight?
I am doing great, doing wonderful. So glad to be here and so excited about tonight's episode.
Yes, Lorena, last week's episode was cray cray. Of course, Claire ended up on her way to the gallows, and somehow she managed to get out of it with one of her main accusers confessing that he loved her and admitting to the crime. It was just unbelievable, Lorena.
Yes, yes. I'm still I'm still shook from the revelation from the first episode. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I feel the same way. And unfortunately, one of the consequences of getting Claire out of this, prison and being guilty was that Jamie had to agree to be part of be a loyalist and fight against the colonists. And it's insane. In fact, we can kind of see in this picture behind us with Claire on one side, on the right side, with the American
Hmm.
colonies flag, if you will, whatever they called it at that point, and then on the other side, of course, is the Union Jack, with both of them fighting on different sides. I can't even believe that we're at this point, Lorena, of the both of them on opposite sides of a war.
It 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 is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably trying to remember. Claire, she's originally British, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. This is very interesting. And it's also in Jack's realism from this period in time. It was not uncommon, kind of like the Civil War period, for families to be split up on different sides. You had those who wanted to remain loyal to the king and to the British crown, and those who did not appreciate what they considered to be tyranny from the British crown. So it's separated and had a lot of families, on opposite sides, and Jamie's got a tough road to hoe, because considering where they are, we're at ground zero for the Revolutionary War. Loyalists were not looked upon very highly. It's hard out there for a loyalist. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, this is a good point. And Jamie has been fighting against the crown practically his whole life. So it's quite ironic that they managed to swindle him into this horrible deal. And hello, Hunter Becknell. How are you tonight? Thanks for joining us. We're going to be doing a watch party for season 7, episode 2 of Outlander. Good to see you, Hunter. Yeah, I just can't believe it, Lorena. He's been fighting against the British crown all this time, and here he is back fighting for them. And I'm sure this goes against every bone in his body, but he did what he had to
Hmm.
try to get Claire out of the situation. And here he is, Lorena. I can't even believe it.
Wow. I can't wait. This is gonna make for some juicy drama. Whew.
Well, guys, everybody who is watching either live or on the replay, Lorena and I are queuing up our Outlander episode 2 from season 7 episodes. And you guys, please feel free to do so. Follow along with us on Stars, which is where the show is being shown. Lorena, do you have your Outlander episode queued up?
I do indeed.
Okay.
And trying to show me a preview for 30 seconds.
That's okay. Just let me know where. Let me catch up to you. What can you?
So I'll let's see. It won't let me skip the pre,
Okay.
probably because I got the cheap version of stuff.
No.
At least with HBO Max, they'll let you skip previews, but they're not letting me skip this one. So I've got about 15 seconds to go.
Okay.
And okay, well, less than that, like 2 seconds.
And
Okay.
you say it's not the recap, but the previews.
Yeah, the previews. So now, let's see. So now I'm started from about. 9 seconds in.
Okay, so let me just put the clock at 9 seconds, and then I can synchronize with you. Just give me a second, and I will do that now. Um, okay. Oh, it stopped at 10. I'm like, don't do that.
10 is good. 10 is good. You can
10
do
is
10.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, and my other one is at that amount. Stop. Didn't get to stop. Okay, so ready? Are we ready to go, Lorena?
Yep, we are
Okay.
ready.
3, 2, 1, hit it.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. So excited.
Now it's previously.
Yes. That's his son.
Really?
Yeah. Wow, there's a lot of baggage going on.
Yeah. It's like the Jane Austen monologue.
Sure
I
is.
love it. This is, yeah.
He's a gun next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Anonymous.
Hello. I believe that.
Yeah, this must be the guy who's the son of the man who confessed to the murder.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So she was like his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand how people felt about family back then since people didn't live as long.
No, they didn't live as long. We didn't have modern conveniences, indoor plumbing.
What? What? What?
She don't really seem like she's into this.
That's disgusting. His own sister?
Is this Game of Thrones now?
This is disgusting. Hey, Linda says, hello there. Thought I'd turn in with you gals again. Hello, Linda. And Darth Plato. Yeah, it's incest. It's incest. He's raping his own sister.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. So he wouldn't allow her to go off and marry someone.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So it's a pretty much if I can't have you, nobody can.
Hmm. Oh.
Just some psycho-ish. Wow. So the person we thought killed her didn't. I guess that's why he had that pistol there with him.
It's disgusting.
Some Lifetime-ish, right? And you a punk. Well, somebody solved that for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We didn't want to put the blood on your hands.
I'm perfectly fine taking care of that asshole for you, ma'am. Don't worry. Don't worry, Auntie. I got you back. What?
Mm,
Oh my God. What?
damn.
And Linda says, I wonder whether Tom, the father, actually did suspect what was going on between the boy and the daughter. Oh my God.
That's that's interesting.
Shit. And
It,
Anonymous, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead,
oh
Lorraine.
no, I was gonna say it'd be horrible if it's like he knew but couldn't bring himself to like say something.
I think he would have said something, right, Lorena, after that confession?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the father did sacrifice himself. I don't even want to think about that,
Yeah,
Hunter.
we don't know if he's dead yet or not.
I'm glad that the father confessed to the murder because it means that Claire didn't have to go to prison and get hung.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was worth it. But I love the nephew. He's so badass. Did someone see this? Oh, shh. Now we got to kill her too?
I'm glad he's dead. Carry on.
Mm-hmm. Can I bring you some wine? Would you like some bread?
Mm-hmm. Can I bring you something? Yes. Yep.
Oh, she's going to get it. She's going to start digging.
I freaking love this.
Wow.
Friends give you bail money. Real friends help you bury bodies.
Mhm. That is the truth. Oh,
Wow.
that was great. That was great opening. I mean, it
It
was like,
sure was.
oh my goodness. Yeah, and Anonymous, I'm glad that you are doing your. I know you're still kicking ass in Uncharted 4. I'm glad you're enjoying your game, and I'll see you in the next gaming stream. Anonymous, thank you for stopping by. I hope you are well. So Jamie has a son, Lorena, and there's an episode you need to watch as to how he got the son. Okay, and it is
Oh,
damn good. I mean, I'm going to tell you the episode. It's so good. You're going to be like, um,
okay.
Yeah, so he has a son. He ended up having a son with someone, and he couldn't he couldn't claim his son.
Mhm.
And the boy is growing up with a good friend of his.
Oh, okay.
So he's I think the boy is where is the boy? I think he might be overseas in England, but I'm not sure.
Are we really looking at
Am I
pictures of
seeing Walt Disney
Disneyland?
World?
It's
What
Disneyland.
in Highlander? Outlander?
Yeah, that's wild.
What is that doing there? What? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I like it, Linda. I think Sinead sings beautifully.
She has a beautiful voice. Sinead O'Connor has a beautiful voice.
Hmm. What did you think, Linda? Did you enjoy the new version? Let us know.
Yeah, I got it cleaned up for you.
Yep.
'Cause trust me, when they're first born, they look like aliens.
So Hunter says, I think that means we're going back to the 60s. Hunter, you probably are right,
Yeah.
Hunter. We're going to be going back it's been a while since we've been back in modern times. I wonder if it's that guy who time traveled back with the stones, Hunter. I
Mhm.
have no idea, but I am so eager to see what's going to happen. Lorena, what do you think?
Oh, I think that would be really, really, really cool. The late 50s, early 60s were a very interesting time in America, especially if they go Disneyland, shoot.
Oh my gosh, who would have guessed Outlander and Disney? Linda says, I'm too fond of it. She has a lovely voice, but I prefer the other singer. Okay, okay, we
Who
hear
was the
you.
other singer?
I don't know, but they've had a number of different versions of the song, Lorena. Sometimes a different
Mhm.
version each season, almost.
Oh, okay. Okay. I like how they showed because this is something that used to happen. Birth announcements will be put in the local paper.
Yeah, pretty much was expected and very important.
Yes, yes, second only to, like, church records,
Mm-hmm.
baptismal
That's just
records.
mhm. Thank you so much, Linda. The other singer was Bear McCreary's wife. Oh, okay.
Oh.
A bra. I don't know what that means. What's a bra?
I'll d I don't e I don't know, that's like a Scottish slang term, like bear.
I love it.
The wee bear.
So, oh, what's going on?
Something's
Her fingernails are
something
blue.
yeah.
Okay, I have a feeling I know what's. I suspect she's going to have to go back to modern times to try and save this baby.
Yeah.
And Lorena, she went back to modern times to have her daughter, and her daughter grew up in modern times just because Jamie felt the baby would be safer. At least I think that's the
Mhm,
story, right, Linda? She brought the girl. She went back into modern times with her daughter. She was pregnant and had her
mhm,
baby in modern times just to make sure that the baby would be safe.
mhm. It's some kind of defect, like something with iron or something with her fingernails.
Bra is Scottish for fine or good. Well, thank you.
Ah, okay. Thank you for letting us know that.
I think the baby has a weak heart. I don't know, but
Mhm. Some kind of deficiency. Yeah, because her fingernails, like, had, like, ridges and everything.
mm, thank you, Linda. So Claire went back to modern times. It says Claire had a difficult pregnancy, and Jamie thought he would die at Culloden, which was a famous battle. He lived, and she, managed to bring her child in healthy.
Mhm. That's why her extremities were blue.
She won't make it, especially during that time period.
Mm-mm. And that's another one, yeah.
You know what we have to do.
Yeah, we're going to go back. No. And this was why you saw, like, so, like, if you ever go to any of these, like, 17th and 18th century cemeteries, you'll see several instances of, like, either, like, babies that didn't survive the first week or couple of months. Um, it was just it's heartbreaking, like, to see.
It is heartbreaking. And Lorena, the way that Claire has been coming back and forth from modern time to this time, she's been going through Ireland. Linda, isn't that true? Is there another way to get back to 1960 through the United States? Maybe that other traveler has a portal. Maybe it's the one in Jamaica. I think there might have been one in Jamaica, Lorena.
Oh,
But
nice.
I believe that she has to go back to Ireland, and this is the during the Revolutionary War. How is she going to get to Ireland?
I don't know, like, they have to physically travel there? Yeah, because physically traveling, I think that's how many weeks by sea?
A month or two, 2 months, maybe.
Yeah, I think I wanna say, like, let's see, was it July, August? Was it, like, I think, like, 3 months at sea or something?
Even today, they would have airlifted that baby to the hospital.
Oh, yeah, right away.
He's worried about traveling now.
Mhm.
The mother has to go with that baby. She has to go with the baby.
Mhm.
Anonymous says, freaking COD try to reinstall. Oh, I'm sorry, Anonymous.
Mm.
Oh, sorry. You've been grilling. Oh, I'm sorry, Anonymous.
Oh, no.
I hate when that happens. You lose something you really like. Just as long as you're okay. That's what we care about. And she had a premonition that her parents would die in a fire, so she went back to save them and let her parents
Mhm.
know. They know now. Now she's saying she's got to go back. She's got to go back, Lorena. She has to. We know what. I didn't expect this. hmm Yeah, she shouldn't even be diagnosing her own grandchild. Okay, so Linda says there are
I'm sorry.
portals all over. There's the one in Jamaica. So there was one. And the one they found when they went to find Roger. And then there's one in Ocracoke Island or one of those barrier. Thank you so much, Linda. So there was one in Jamaica. She confirmed that. for us.
Okay, okay. And I just looked in by sea in the 1700s, it would have taken them at least 2 months to get from, like, say, Cape Cod to England.
Yeah, the baby would have died.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Linda. And guys, we are doing our Outlander watch party at 20 minutes in, and it is heavy tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, you better pray.
I don't see I don't see Claire letting her daughter go alone with the baby. What do you think, Lorena? Do you
I
think she?
don't. I don't think she would let her go by herself. She would need to go with her,
Mhm.
especially as she is the one who truly knows, with a extreme amount of certainty what's going on.
Now, this might give him the opportunity to find his son. Um,
Oh.
I'm guessing that that opportunity may arise.
Hmm.
What? 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 I can't, Lorena. I can't. I can't. If the gem speaks to them, they can travel using it, and the baby can hear it. I can't even believe what I'm hearing.
Oh my gosh.
Linda says, I don't really have anyone to talk up to about the series with. My sister likes the series, but she doesn't have stars. Well, you can talk to us, Linda.
Definitely talk to us about it. That's wild that he's playing with a plane.
What? He's not supposed to have that. What?
That's crazy. I'm like, "What does he have?"
That is nuts. Okay, this is the man who who's raising his son. This man.
Oh, okay.
We're here for you too, Hunter. You just go ahead and let us know what you think.
Dang. And he's a officer in the British Army. Yeah, straight up red coat. Yeah.
He's all grown up, Lorena. I don't think he knows that Mr. McKenzie is his father.
This ain't good.
Yeah, it's not his dad.
'Cause Boston is where the block is hot. They're dumping tea in the harbor and all
Yeah,
kinds of nonsense.
you are so right, Lorena. It is really dangerous.
Extremely, extremely dangerous. And I don't know if the massacre had happened yet.
Hmm.
But from
He looks
everything I've read, it was Boston was just it was a hotbed. It was really bad.
he looks young and healthy, and of course, Jamie realizes this is his son. He hasn't seen him for years. He's seeing his son in that red coat uniform. He knows. I bet you this will entice him to stay on the red coat side and maybe try and save his son.
Yeah, because it looks all nice and picturesque now, but after Bunker Hill pops off, it's just crazy.
Linda says, I don't remember what year this is in the series. I don't either, Linda.
I said the Revolutionary War had already started,
Yeah, I
or is
think
it just
yeah.
about to start? So it's probably 1775.
Mhm. That's her brother, essentially.
Ah, okay. Her half brother,
Hmm.
the only father he's ever known.
Gotta go. Hey, no worries, Hunter. Thanks for stopping by, and you take care.
Hunter.
And Linda says, oh, yeah.
And it was 1776 to 1783.
Hmm. That's a long time.
It was extremely long. Um, not short by well, the British thought it was gonna be short, but yeah, a long time. So they're in Delaware. That's interesting. They're not in Philadelphia, but I guess probably keep under the radar, I guess. Yeah. Wow. That's the thing, we're just like, you're gonna go against the biggest army in the world.
What?
He's gonna have to. Mhm. It is dangerous. People were getting their houses burned and
The jewel.
what? He's like, "You sure about this?"
Well, he was looking for a gemstone and he got one.
Mhm.
Okay, Linda called it Ocracoke is where they're going to try and transport Back to the Future.
Ooh. All the firebugs.
Second reference to Disneyland.
Mhm.
Linda, is this in the books? Please let me know. I'm dying
Yeah.
to find out if Disneyland is in the Outlander series. Did Diana Galbadin write this?
Yeah, the little lanterns.
You got to poke holes in it so they can breathe or something like that. And Alice.
Hmm. And meet Tinkerbell and Peter Pan and Skip with Tigger.
Okay, then if you don't remember it, Linda, then it didn't happen because you're kind of the authority here. I know you read the books. If you don't, you would have remembered that, Linda, right? I guess I could look it up. Just see.
Oh. Oh yeah. So we know about that.
Yeah, I think if Linda doesn't remember it, then it's not in the book. Because you would remember something like that, right, Lorena? You'd remember.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like that they brought that up because a lot of people like to romanticize the Revolutionary War, and it was a very heavy price paid for that.
She says this whole modern talk seems like it's the series writers. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, Linda is letting us know that she looked it up. in the book, and they did discuss it.
Oh,
Wow, Linda, thank you for letting us know. You are a gem, Linda.
yes. Thank you for finding that out.
I would have never guessed that in a million years. How about you, Lorena?
I would not.
I think the whole freaking family should go. Get
Oh,
the hell out of there. I'm sorry.
because that is not a cool time to really be there.
She says, but not to the extent they are here discussing it. They mentioned Mickey Mouse too, but only briefly. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they're probably just kinda added more around the discussion maybe, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Yeah, this is something that's a problem. Lorraine, I don't know if you know this, but Jamie can't time travel.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't leave him again, but I don't think I'd tell him we have to go someplace safe. She can't stay there with him. It's just too dangerous.
Huh. Now that is interesting that he can't. I didn't know that.
Right? This is where they get separated this season, I guess. It was one big happy family until it wasn't.
Now I do remember this circle of rocks.
Mhm. Right. Linda mentions that if you can hear the stones singing, it means that you
Mhm.
can travel through time, the gemstones. So when the
Oh,
younger child
okay.
said, "I can hear singing, and so can the baby told me," um,
Mhm.
they're capable of time travel, but not Jamie apparently. And they have a limited number of gems. Yes,
Oh, okay, okay. So that's why, like, the scarcity.
exactly. Anonymous. Use them wisely.
Mhm. Aw. Aw.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Linda. It is a shame that they can't just split it and use it for two people rather than one.
Has that been done before
I have
in
no
the books?
idea. I don't know. Linda, has anyone done that?
I take it that was embarrassing? Oh.
Oh, okay. Linda says, I don't think they could do it. The crazy lady in Jamaica ground them up, but that was for something else. Okay. Thank you, Linda. This is so heartbreaking.
Oh my gosh.
Aw. Oh boy. That airplane, Lorena, it's like so out of place.
It is. It's like, does he even know what the well, his mother probably told him stories about it. And they're going. I guess for him, it's just like, it's just heartbreaking. I hear airplane.
You're an airplane. That's a clue. Yep.
Yep.
You're back. Breathe in the polluted air.
Mm-hmm. Smell it.
Now they're probably on like some government area they're not supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Do you know you're on government property?
Well, they got there safely. Now she's got to bring that baby to a hospital ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Now they don't have a whole bunch of people looking, having their back now. So it's just the nephew who's there. And I have a feeling Jamie's going to end up in that army.
I would agree with you. They have just such beautiful horses.
Yeah, they do. And Linda says, I hope They have some 20th century clothes with them and money.
I hope so.
Anonymous says, sorry, that was my private jet.
They got it buried somewhere.
What?
Who is that?
It's another time traveler, I think.
What do you want?
I'm sorry, what?
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
The hell is going on? She doesn't have them. Come on, they just use the stones. They don't have them, bro.
He's a convenient little thief, isn't he?
It's ether.
When y'all about to pass out, I hope he doesn't set the house on fire.
God damn it. That's how they get
It
killed.
it's always the dumb ones.
So, Lorena, the reason why the daughter went back in time to warn her mother and father that they would be killed in a fire.
Oh, dang.
And sure enough, that's what happens. She had the ether in the house, and Wendigo Donner, who's another time traveler. I don't know all his details, but
Mhm.
the mother Claire was taken like she was kidnapped by somebody, a gang, and Wendigo had the ability to free her, but he didn't. And she was like brutally raped and beat up and everything. And although she was rescued, it was a horrific thing that happened to her, and she never forgave
Right.
Wendigo for not intervening. Um, but the daughter had read that the father died in a fire, and she felt she had to go and warn the daughter. And I think Claire had read that, that Jamie Fraser died in a fire. So they felt that they had to go and warn them. And here we go. This is
Mhm.
the fire starts, and Linda says it was in the local newspaper. That's right.
Oh, okay.
And she says, I think they expanded some of his story. Um, wow. Wow.
I love this. It's like Dynasty with the historical kind of like sci-fi bend, to it. It's always you end with something where it's just like, oh my God, I gotta come back and find out what happens.
Yeah, Lorena, this is top drawer writing. Diana Galbadin, who is the author of the books, the Outlander series, has really outdone herself, and this series is outdoing itself time and time again. I didn't think they could best the last episode, but this this was hardcore. Certainly, I didn't know. And thank you, Linda, for being there and explaining everything to us. We really appreciate it. But you and I didn't know it was going to happen. I had no idea that the story even had gone in this direction, and I'm loving every minute of it. I think it's very interesting to see how this is unfolding. Every second of this show is exciting. I can't wait till next week.
Oh, I can't either. I really can't. I love the episode started out, super heavy and then ended with just like, oh my gosh. So I guess from what you were telling me, you were like, well, the daughter tried to warn him that they died in a fire. I'm like, oh, okay. It's I love the writing in it. If I had time, I'd probably go and read the books, but it's great. The writing is wonderful. The cinematography, that's another thing that's so wonderful, how they get the time period, right. Even the things that stick out, like the boy, playing with the plane, and like it doesn't quite, seem right. But it's wonderful. I love the small historical details going on in this. So bring on episode 3. I can't wait for that.
Lorena, you make such a good point, and that opening scene where we're kind of presented, where we finally know the truth about that poor girl. Um, Linda says that the books are a lot, and they get longer and longer in each read. Linda, I'm thinking of listening to the audiobooks. I think
Yeah.
books are the way for me right now, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Linda, for informing us a lot of information about this story going forward, and I do appreciate it. And we hope you are well, Linda. I hope you enjoyed this episode as well, like Lorena and I did. Um, Lorena, what a change in their lives! That ether fire, that's dangerous.
Very, very dangerous. And I'm just like, no, don't strike the match, don't strike the match, and it's interesting that I think Wendigo, what time period was he from?
Um,
Do
I
you know?
I think he's from the same time period that they're from. I'm not sure. It doesn't make sense that he would be from the same time period, because I thought that I thought Wendigo went back in time to warn the Native Americans, because he's a Native American. And Linda, also let me know if that's true. Did Wendigo go back in time to warn the Native Americans about what would be coming when the Americas had
Mhm.
settlers coming in? I thought that's what he did, but there's something about him that's very odd or a little off.
Yeah, it is off because just like you don't know what matches are. You didn't know that with something with gas like that or material like that, you didn't know that was flammable. So that's kind of like what made me think it's like, what is he from? Is he from like the 18, is he like from the early, I guess from the early 1800s, early 18. Yeah, because I think they had matches during the Civil War. I believe that they did. Although um, it had like I know I'm nerding out here. Modern matches, the the chemicals are separated between the strip that you strike it against and what's in the match. Because back in the day, cowboys would have a match in their pocket and they'd be running, moving around the friction, and it would set it on fire. So I'm like, I'm just interested because I'm just like, you didn't know that, and he was just fascinated by matches. I'm like, okay, okay, that's why I asked what time period that he was from.
Then you're probably right, Lorena. He probably is a different time. He's also a different time traveler, according to Linda, who I do trust. She says, I get
Mm-hmm.
him mixed up with Ottertooth, who I know is the guy that came back to warn the native
Hmm.
tribes. So Wendigo is a different character altogether. And I don't know, I can't remember what his story was about. The only thing I do remember is that when Claire was kidnapped, while she was kidnapped and held captive, Wendigo had the power to kind of like just, set her free. And he said he couldn't set her free because he would have been beaten up by that gang as well. So, there was no excuse. He should have just, untied her and let her fend for herself if that's the case. But he shouldn't have, watched while they assaulted her and beat her up so badly. There was no
Mm-hmm.
excuse for that. No man would really ever do that. Most men would,
Right.
you know, at least let your, take you out of the bindings and let you run free. But he just literally sat there and watched, and it was horrific that he would do that. Um, yeah, Linda says there were a bunch that went back, but they were all split up. Yes. So yeah, I don't remember who Wendigo is. I don't remember. I guess I could look up the character. I was just so surprised that he wouldn't set her free because um, he did seem very modern, like he was aware of what was going on, right, Lorena? When you saw him, he
Mm-hmm.
seemed to know what was going on and that who she was, and so it was weird. It says he is a yeah, it's actually in Den of Geek. Can you believe it? Oh, let me pull it
Oh
up.
my gosh.
I can pull this up because I can do modern things like that. Yeah, so let me share the screen about who is Wendigo Donner, and this was from 2 years ago, I guess maybe season five. In the Outlander season five finale, Claire meets another time traveler called Wendigo Donner. That's him.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the man. And it says, why do so many of the time travelers Claire meets in the past suck? First, there was Gellis, who started off pretty awesome, but then turned out to be a murderer. Now
Mm-hmm.
there is Wendigo Donner, who reveals himself to be a fellow 20th century time traveler, only to sit back and let Claire's torture at the hands of Lionel Brown and the other bandits. Not that men are okay with and or active perpetrators of violence against women are solely in the 18th century phenomenon. But who is he? He is another person who has traveled through the stones. Donner was part of the Montauk Five, a group of five men and Native American activists who traveled back from 1968. This fictional group, which is linked in the books to real life American Indian movement, wanted to travel back in time to try to save their Native ancestors. This group
Mm-hmm.
included Robert Springer, aka Ottertooth, who Linda was talking about, who ended up with the Mohawk. Claire ran into
Mm-hmm.
his ghost back in season four. Ottertooth was eventually banished from the tribe for disharmony he was sowing. He didn't say stay away, but rather returned with with a demon in his eyes. Donner is surprised to find out at the end of season five from Claire that Robert Springer Ottertooth is dead. Though the Montauk Five were meant all to travel back in the 1760s, with the plan being to try to persuade various tribes to ally with the British forces in the Revolution, Springer had a different plan. He traveled further back in an attempt to keep the native peoples from associating with the settlers altogether. He arrived about 50 years before the rest of the Montauk Five. In the book series, Donner doesn't actually make an appearance until the sixth book, A Breath of Snow and Ashes, though he is mentioned in Ottertooth's journal, which young Ian brings back from the Montauk in the fifth book, The Fiery Cross. In the sixth book, Donner is part of the group that kidnaps Claire, as he is in the Outlander season five finale. However, readers don't find out he is a time traveler until later. The following year, Donner whistles Yellow Submarine to Brianna at River Run, revealing that he is a time traveler. The Beatles connection is kept in with the TV
Um,
series as Wendigo reveals himself to Claire by asking if she knows a drummer who is called Ringo Starr. It is only then that he understands he needs a gemstone to travel, as Bree is the one to tell him. And it says, no doubt we'll see him again, and he is not one of the men who is killed for what they did to Claire. So he gets away, as Linda mentioned. But
Hmm.
I wonder if there's another bit of information about him. Maybe here, this is more of the novel
Hmm.
information, and physical appearance. Well, that's him, of what he looks like. But um, yeah, uh, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know all the details. I'm going to find it out. It says that Wendigo Donner returns, and we're going to find out more about him because,
Hmm.
yeah, it's just killing me. I got to find out who this is. Um, it says Outlander season 7, episode 1 solves a long running something or another. What is it? A long running, I accept it, a long running mystery. And it says the mystery is Outlander. Oops, sorry. Outlander left some gigantic cliffhangers. Yes, we did find out that information earlier, but what about Wendigo? I don't remember him from the last. Yeah, I guess maybe he was. However, there's
Hmm.
one man amongst them who does recognize the saying, and it is none other than Wendigo. Wendigo Donner, whom Claire met when she was abducted at the end of season 5, had disappeared. But he arrives and rescued Claire before Jamie and friends rescue him. And the same Wendigo Donner who we briefly glimpsed in season 6, episode 5, in jail after he stole some jewelry from an acquaintance of Claire. He was looking for gemstones.
Hmm.
As fans already know, he's a time traveler, which explains why he stole jewelry and much needed precious stones to travel. He's one of the Montauk Five, right? Okay. Claire knows what happened to his companions. Okay. But the real question has always been what happened to Wendigo after the fleeting appearance last season, and what happened to the other time travelers he came with. And now we finally know about Donner. Huh. Donner
Hmm.
promises to have no part in that, and helps and wanted to help her get away, but he is now conscripted to the British Army following his time in prison when he wants to return to his own time. Oh, okay. He explains to Roger that he and the 4 men made it through the stones, but they were split up as they traveled through time, and he never saw the others again. This is getting complicated.
Hmm.
Donner asks for help. I guess he's trying to get out and travel. Either
Hmm.
way, we're sure this isn't the last time we're going to encounter Wendigo Donner. Oh my goodness gracious, that was a lot, wasn't it?
That was a data dump right there, for real.
I'm sorry. I lost my mind there for a moment. I'm so
All good
sorry.
stuff, but yeah, sometimes it's like that. The
Linda
rabbit hole
says
info.
they expanded the story, and I'm sorry, Lorena. And she
Oh,
says,
no
you're
worries.
welcome. The books are a lot and they get longer and longer, right? And she says, I get him. Yeah, we did read that. And there were a bunch of them way back. And she says there has to be a villain crossing the seasons. Yes. Well, I guess we're going to find out more about Wendigo Donner. He seems really dangerous. He just freaking blew up their house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really need somebody blowing up the house.
Mm-mm.
This is something we don't want to see. Lorena, what do you think of this show so far, in regards to expectations, excitement, storyline, acting, the works? What do you think of it?
Well, it's the magic is definitely still there. I mean, when I watched the first 2 seasons, it's like the first episode I was hooked. I'm already, as you can tell from how much I run my mouth about history, I'm already a history nerd. So I love watching the show, the little details, that they get right. Of course, wrapped up in a very romantic storyline. So writing is still there. It's still wonderful to just watch and enjoy. And it's like I want more. I wish I could hit the button on the next episode.
I feel the same way. And certainly, this is exactly what you and I were talking about. Um, this level of excellence in writing that we're expecting, where we can't wait for the next episode. We cannot
Hmm.
wait to see what happens here. I mean, he just blew up. He probably blew up half the freaking neighborhood. I don't even know how much ether Claire had in there, but she was like, they could smell it right away. They knew it was ether. Ether gets in the air and it is very flammable. And Maybe he didn't know what ether was, but everybody from, let's say, the 19th century, the 1900s, knows that those chemicals are flammable. So I wonder if he's supposed to be from her time, from 1968. How could he not know that he was going to blow up the place? I wonder, did he do it on purpose, Lorena?
That is a good question. That is a very good question. Or perhaps, the smell of the ether, because there's some gases where if you inhale them, you get disoriented, and he's freaking about, I can't see, and the first thing he does is go for the match. So yeah, it makes me wonder exactly why he did that. Was he just disoriented, and that's the first thing that he had thought to do? So it'll be interesting. Hmm. This is because he's an idiot.
He was throwing the bottles down on purpose and breaking them. He was doing that. He didn't believe they didn't have the gemstones. And
Yeah.
he was humming Yellow Submarine. So he knows about the 60s. Like, come on. Linda says, yeah, he's an idiot. Um, Hunter says, wow, what a tearjerker. Yeah, Hunter. And Linda says he's desperate and oblivious.
Can I'm gonna ask an interesting question. Um, is he an addict? There's
I'm,
just certain behaviors I'm noticing. So makes me wonder, with how desperate he is, kind of just like, like his behavior. It's like, it makes me wonder, because again, if he is from the 1960s, ah, that was a very psychedelic experimentation with certain pharmaceuticals, natural and lab combined. Just saying. I haven't read the book, so I don't know, but just with how he was behaving,
mhm.
um, there's something else that's going on. He just seemed like hyper aware. Like, do you have him or do you not?
I think that's very perceptive, Lorena. And I hadn't thought about looking at his behavior, let's say the erraticness of his behavior and his just desire to not trust Claire, you know,
Mm-hmm.
there. And it is very unusual that he is that way. It says that he's an activist, it says that he is a Mohawk. Um, and it also says that I'm not going to say it much more than that, but I'm just looking in here to see about this because it says that he is from 1968. So
That's very interesting.
yeah, it says that he doesn't appear in person. However, in 1772, someone obtains a journal written by Donner's companion Robert Springer, and Brianna remembers reading newspaper articles about the disappearance of the 5 Native American activists known as the Montauk Five in 1968, and he's one of them. So yeah, this is nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So, something I did want to say that this really is kind of like piquing my interest, Lorena. You talked about history, kind of coming back in and being interesting and exciting. And this really is exciting. Trying to figure out what the hell's going to happen. I mean, he was holding the bottle, right? Or he dropped it right near him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be hurt from that. That's, yeah. And Anonymous has a question. Looks like for the watch party you and I are doing tomorrow night, Lorena. Says,
Ah,
is 2001 a full watch film? Yeah.
yes.
We're watching the whole thing, Anonymous.
The whole thing. Yes. Yes, we are. I'm so looking forward to it.
Oh, it's going to be so good. I can't wait. And Linda says he did get drunk the last time he tried. That's true, Lorena. He got drunk the last time when he was trying to use the stones. And Linda says, I'm thinking the group of five probably had a plan, but they got split up and the plan got messed up. Absolutely, Linda. Linda,
Mm,
you've been so informative to us tonight.
mhm,
Um,
absolutely.
when I saw that old promo reel of Disneyland, Lorena, I thought, what am I watching? Why am I hearing the Outlander music? So now that we know that they made a reference to it, I get it, but never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd see anything referring to Disney in an Outlander show. This surprised me very much,
Hmm.
but it's there. So, um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't. I can't. Well, Lorena, thank you so much for joining me tonight for this watch party. It's been so much fun. Lorena, where can people find you?
Well, folks, of course, you can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on YouTube doing various videos and live streams, both with myself and also with her as well. And let's see. Tonight around 10, I'm kind of gaming for a little bit tonight, some Disney Dreamlight Valley. Gonna harvest some pumpkins, plant some pumpkins.
Oh,
I did a little sprucing up around the valley, something to show you kind of what's going on with that. So getting my latest million in in gold coins. So just having a little bit of fun playing that tonight. And also tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, it's going to be an Indiana Jones morning over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Going to be showing you around that area where the Indiana Jones stunt show is. We're going to actually watch the Indiana Jones stunt show. It's always a great time. Checking out the Den of Destiny pop up bar and prop shops. We're going to check
yay!
that out. And I may actually find a fedora while I'm there. So we're just going to have some fun hanging out over in that section of the studios. And then, of course, Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I will be doing a watch party of 2001 A Space Odyssey. So if you have that on physical media, if you have it on streaming, of course, I'll let you know where you can kind of stream it on your own. We have that. We're going to be watching that and having a great time reliving a science fiction classic. So that's what
Mhm.
we're gonna have going on. And of course, Sunday, welcome to Florida at 8 p.m. Florida Man does July 4th, so we know we're gonna have some crazy stories for that, and also the replay of Toxic Male Appreciation, where we are featuring Samuel L. Jackson, and that's going to be at 1 p.m. So you do not want to miss that. Of course, Monday, ladies of the PGS, over on the Burn Network, along with her. Thank you so much, my dear, for having me on a. I love doing these watch parties with you.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's just been so wonderful to have you here, Lorena. Um, Also, I was going to say, guys, please do like and subscribe to Lorena's channel. Lorena's YouTube link is in the video description, so make sure you click on that link, like and subscribe to her channel. As she's mentioned, Lorena and I have a show called Toxic Male Appreciation, which is on Lorena's YouTube, actually Twitch channel on Thursdays at 5 p.m. and then the replay on Sunday at 1 p.m. on her YouTube channel. But guys, you can also find me on Sundays on Positive Fandom right here for my Sunday brunch show. I will be on the show this Sunday. So make sure you check that out. Lorena and I will be on together on Monday doing our show, Ladies of the PGS, at 6 p.m. on the Burn Network. But guys, always remember that I guess in about an hour or so, I'm going to be on the Burn Network for PGS Treks, guys. PGS Treks, talking about Star Trek, our Trek show on the Burn Network. And then I'm not quite sure whether we're doing musings tonight. I didn't get anything yet, but if we are doing musings, um, yeah, we'll be doing that. And if not, if we don't do musings at midnight, I will game a little bit. I will game later.
All right.
I'm going to do some gaming tonight. So don't forget to catch me doing that later tonight here on Positive Fandom. Tomorrow I have my Blade Runner review. Guys, I'm so excited for that on the Burn Network. I'm so excited, Lorena. And then right after the review, we have our 2001 Space Odyssey live watch party on Lorena's channel. So there's a lot going on, guys. And thank you for the Anonymous says, Hal will take us all over one day. Yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
And great seeing you, Anonymous. Great seeing you, Linda. Thank you for stopping by,
Yes.
Linda. Thank you for everything you contributed tonight about
Hmm.
the series and the characters. Linda, it's such a pleasure to have you here. Hunter, also, thank you for stopping by tonight. It's great to see you as well. And I think there was one other person who might be in here that I missed, or did I? I just want to get everybody since we're so interactive tonight. No, I did get everybody. So, guys, thank you so much for turning out for this watch party. Outlander season 7 is turning out to be just hot and absolutely filled with so many twists and turns. I can't wait for the next episode, as you said, Lorena. Thank you so much for being here, Lorena.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. And guys, remember, no matter where you are in the galaxy, always remember to please be kind. Take care, everybody.
Bye.